Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
A great day to you and welcome to another edition of My Hometown. I'm your host, Bill Horan. Our special guests today are from the EAC Network, a $30 million local nonprofit social service agency that administers over 70 programs across Long Island and the 5 boroughs of New York City. We have Lance W. Elder, President and CEO, and Alena Jones, Director of Marketing and Development. Since 1998, Lance has been responsible for EAC Network's day-to-day operations, including the areas of finance, human resources, program development, community relations, fundraising, grant writing, marketing, and public relations. Prior to joining EAC Network, Lance served as General Manager of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, where he oversaw all of the daily operations for the arena and exhibition hall. He was also an adjunct professor at St. John's University for 26 years. Alena has been part of the EAC Network's development department for almost 4 years, where she leads the agency's fundraising efforts, special events, PR, and communications. Alena and Lance, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Lance, let's start off. Please tell us about EAC Network and what is the organization's mission.
The EAC Network is a 47-year-old program that's been in existence and basically started in Nassau County and has now grown to over 70 programs spread out through Nassau, not only Nassau County, but Suffolk County, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island, Manhattan, and Rockland County. Our mission is wide and varied. I don't often use the mission statement because, quite frankly, you find it hard at times to put it into a particular niche. We have a variety of programs that basically we split into 5 different programs, including children, families, seniors, behavioral health and criminal justice, as well as vocational services. So we're a very wide encompassing agency. We have over 500 employees, and as I said, we're spread out all over the metropolitan area.
Alena, as a nonprofit agency, where does the funding come from?
So a lot of our programs are actually government funded, whether it's federal, state, local, but there are also some that operate on fees. However, private donations from individuals, foundations, corporations, and also through our special events are really what helps us fill in the cracks for those programs.
That's always good to fill in those cracks. Now, you have a lot of interesting signature fundraising events and that raise awareness and support for the group. Can you tell us some about those?
Well, I think over time we have varied our programs, because the one thing that we've learned over time is that if you do the same types of fundraising events all the time, the people tend to lose interest. Although we have our classic golf outing every year, which raises a significant amount of money for us, and that we just change around the location. This year we're going to be doing it over at the Meadowbrook Club, and a lot of people are excited about taking an opportunity to play to Meadowbrook, because that's, quite frankly, one of the premier golf courses. Do
you have any really bad golfers in those outings?
Yes, yeah, we do.
Worse than me?
I don't know how bad.
We're going to talk after the show.
We can talk. It happens to be a spectacular course, and we have been very fortunate that we have a couple of folks that are very close to EAC that this is going to be our first year at the Meadowbrook, so we're very happy about it.
When I play, the group ahead of me always puts on helmets. Does that ever happen at your outings?
No, generally I'm the one who puts the helmet on.
You're the one who puts on the helmet.
No, actually I'm the other way around. I've been hit a couple of times. But
you played in front of me. I thought I recognized you. Okay, Lance.
We have a number of other programs. We have what we call it's generally called our Party to Protect Children, and it's to support our activities out in Suffolk County. It's done in conjunction with the Suffolk County Bar Association. Great event, and it's really what happens is children are often taken into various courthouses. And what we have set up in conjunction with the courts and with the Bar Association, where these children can be brought into this particular room that we have set up, and we have books and snacks and whatever else you can think of for these young children. They can be left there so that when their parents are in court, they can focus on what they need to focus on, and the children are not dealing with some of the activities that are being discussed.
As a retired lawyer, that's a great idea because the poor children get involved in this, and it keeps them out of the conflict and lets them
exactly.
They're
not hearing any of the thing. You know, the interesting part also, I think, for that particular program is there have been occasions where we have had suspicions of children being abused by parents and others, and so we bring that to the attention of officials, and we've actually had people that have been gotten into significant trouble because they found out that the kids were in fact being abused. We used to have one in Nassau County, and unfortunately, what happened was that OCA, the Office of Court Administration, decided, we can't fund this. Well, what happens in Suffolk is the Suffolk County Bar Association funds it through a fundraiser that we work with them.
Yeah, that's a perfect lead-in because I was going to ask Alena, about how many fundraising events do you have every year?
So we really have about 4. It's the Cohalan Cares for Kids, which Lance mentioned, as well as our golf outing, which is September 19th this year, so everyone should save the date.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars. We also have our Halloween Party to Protect Children event, which is actually going to be on October 14th, right next door here at the Long Island Children's Museum. And that event helps fund our children's programs, which includes that Suffolk County Children's Center at Cohalan Court. It also helps fund our Child Advocacy Center, our supervised visitation programs, and all of our children's programs that help kids who have been abused or who are in foster care.
I know from running events, there's always a need for people to help out, even if it's something unskilled, just to show them the right direction or where to go here or where to get the drinks or start off. I'm guessing you can always use volunteers.
Absolutely.
Now, see, this is a great lead-in. Now I've set this up for you. So if someone would like to volunteer or help out or learn more, how would they get in touch with you?
So anybody interested in volunteering, whether it's for a special event, like you mentioned, or actually within our programs, can go to our website at eac-network.org. And on there, we have a bunch of different opportunities, whether you're an individual who maybe would like to deliver Meals on Wheels, or you would like to provide respite for a person, caregiving for someone with memory loss. We also have opportunities for groups to get involved. If there's a corporate group that would like to help out for a one day or maybe a longer period of time, all of the information can be found on our website, or they can reach out to us at development@eac-network.org.
And, that was a great idea. I never thought of that. But sometimes a company wants to do something, or even a small law office or doctor's practice, but it's so much to do the planning and they almost don't know where to start. They could kind of hook up with you guys and really be a valuable asset, and yet in one day complete that job and their community service, so to speak.
Exactly. We've had groups come out to our Child Advocacy Center in Central Islip and completely renovate the grounds, plant flowers and weed, and make the place look beautiful so that when children come to the center, it's not a scary place with all this kind of landscaping that's a mess. It's a beautiful space where the children can come and really feel comfortable in sharing their story and coming over that trauma.
And that does make a big difference. I know when I go into something, if it looks inviting, and here I am a senior citizen, so I imagine little children, if it looks inviting, you want to come in, you want to take part and do it. But Lance, I want you to tell us about, you have something very interesting coming out called Over the Edge. And when I first read that, what the heck is Over the Edge? So I'm going to let you explain it.
It'd probably be better if Alena did it, but I'll take a stab. No, I'll take a stab at it. We have done any one of a number of different types of events over the course of the years, and quite frankly, events get boring if you continue to do the same type of event. This is our first year for Over the Edge, and I have to tell you, Alena, I'm looking at her across the microphone right now. She's the one who pushed for this. Something different. We did a couple of casino nights. We've done indoor golf outings. We've done indoor cruises, if you can imagine. But this is the first time for us with doing this Over the Edge. The Over the Edge is quite frankly, it's a national model. It's not something that we dreamt up. It's actually been done on Long Island a few times. Actually, it has been done at the community college on occasion. It's been done out at the county execs building out in Suffolk County. You require really a taller building. You don't want people going over the edge of a 2-story building. They can jump, but this, we want a taller building, and certainly this particular location fits into that. And I think Special Olympics did it here on the campus. I'm going to say it was about 5 years ago,
Yeah,
something like
2012.
that.
Now, Alena, Over the Edge really is just, it really describes what it is. But tell us, because if I heard this over the radio, what does over the edge mean? It kind of sounds like you're going to shove somebody into a pool or something, but it isn't. It's something different.
Not quite. Basically, we will have up to 92 brave individuals will actually...
Brave, I like that, okay.
will actually rappel down the tower here at Nassau Community College. So they'll be harnessed up with ropes. They'll start at the roof, and they'll slowly scoot themselves down the tower. If you think about rock climbing and you have to go up and then come down, this is just the down part. So you're all set there.
Oh, you make it easy. This is just the down part. It's
Exactly.
very easy. You can take the elevator up.
Exactly.
Okay, now, this is a two-part question because you have something called Toss Your Boss. Now,
We
is this
do.
guy sitting next to me, Lance, your boss?
They want to toss me. Trust me.
I've
They
been
wanna
trying to
toss
toss
me.
him for months.
You
He
have
won't
been.
do it.
Okay. I mean, that's a cool description. A lot of us may join up when we hear that. Would you explain to us what Toss Your Boss is?
Yeah, so Toss Your Boss is a way to get corporate groups and businesses involved. Basically, coworkers, staff of an organization would nominate their boss to be tossed over the edge. So once they register, they get their fundraising page hooked up, and that staff raises $2,500 in order to toss their boss over the edge and have them rappel. If that boss does not want to go over the edge, he or she can make a matching donation, whether it's personal or corporate, and then they get to nominate one of the staff to go over in their stead. So it's a great way, again, to get that employee morale, that company boost, and that company involvement with an organization.
That really is a cool way. So the boss can buy out if he wants.
Exactly.
Or she wants. They can get out of this if they don't want to do it.
Absolutely, and all for the benefit of our organization.
Yeah, no, and of course that's the most important part. And if I read something correctly, Bob Nystrom is involved, the former Islander. He's going to be involved with this?
Bob is a member of our board. He is an amazing supporter of ours, and he will be rappelling on July 1st. We also have Suffolk County Executive Steve Ballone will be joining us as well. And Meryl Zorn, President and CEO of Zorns of Bethpage, will be rappelling alongside her mascot, Earl the Chicken. So everyone should come out to see that and see Meryl and Earl go down together.
Somehow I think we're going to see you in a lot of local news shows, a lot of YouTube shots. There's going to be the chicken going down the building and all this. Lance, are you taking part in this?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be a strict observer.
You're a very smart man. I see that.
I didn't get to be this old by taking chances like this. I think the key thing to understand for people, this is not something that we are doing vis-a-vis, throwing ropes over and just asking you to jump. This is a professional organization, and I would suggest that Alena and her team are on the phone probably twice a week just talking with them. They've come out and they've done a survey of the location and how it's going to be, everything is going to be hooked up. So I think it's very important to recognize that this is a national organization. They go all over the country doing these types of events. And ultimately, it's extraordinarily safe. And the team that I have met so far have been extraordinarily, really helpful.
And that's a great point. I mean, we had confidence that you wouldn't just be tossing people and taking risk with the rope.
Yeah,
you want to verbalize it.
100% safe. They've been doing these events for over 10 years, and the worst thing that they've had claimed on their insurance was a bee sting. So if that's really the worst thing, then it's a great event for everyone
That's
to come out
safer than
to.
playing golf in front of me. I
Exactly.
tell people, do
Or
that.
me. Or
You're
me.
safer. Lance also. Now, is there any, let's say, people with disabilities, age limits, things like that, things we should know about?
So just about everyone can participate in the event if they'd like. We do have an age minimum of 14. If a student or a teenager would like to participate, they would have to have a waiver signed by a parent. In terms of participants with potential disabilities or special needs, we are able to accommodate most special needs as long as the individual is able to get up 2 flights of stairs with or without help. But other than that, anyone and everyone is able to participate. No experience or training is required. We do offer a training right before the rappel. So anybody who's participating will have themselves set up by the trained professionals in their harness, as well as given a training to work on the equipment and learn how to use the equipment before they actually do their rappel.
That's a great idea. And Alena, if there's anybody who hears this and says, gee, I'd really like to be part of that, can we tell them now? Is there a website? Where do we go to find out more?
Absolutely. Anybody can find information or register at the event website at www.eac-network.org/overtheedge.
And we'll give you that information in the second part of the show. At this point in the show, we'd like to remind you that you've been listening to My Hometown on 90.3 FM.